Welcome to this video. I do want to talk about creating the perfect minimalist summer capsule wardrobe. Of course, that also works for spring. We even might be able to apply it for winter, but we're gonna concentrate on like the warmer season now. And I also want to say that this video is sponsored by Organic Basics, but I'm gonna talk more about them a bit later. And for this video, I have prepared 10 questions instead of just regular tips, because I do think that questions are a lot more powerful to guide you to your answer when it comes to your perfect minimalist wardrobe, instead of you following my rules and my tips that most likely won't work for you. And starting with the first question I have for you, I think it's already obvious, because this is, what does summer mean? What does a spring-summer capsule wardrobe mean for you? For me, I live in Central Europe in Germany, and it means we have a few days where I wear a pair of shorts, but in general it's not too hot. And that's what I mean. What does summer mean for you? How are you gonna spend these days? How hot is it gonna be? What kind of climate? Is it gonna rain? Is it not gonna rain? What do you do? Are you just chilling on your balcony or in your garden? I doubt that. And so I think when creating a summer capsule wardrobe, you should have in mind what your days will look like and what your climate will look like. And yeah, have the clothes that suit that. Here I think it's especially important to have our fantasy self in mind. That means that we do want to create a wardrobe for our actual life, and not just for the life that we romanticize. Maybe the picnic in the park, strolling on the waterside with a glass of wine in your hand after sunset. That's not everyday life. And so I think we should be very realistic with ourselves to create a wardrobe that suits our everyday life, as well, of course, as these beautiful things. But it should reflect how many times you actually need outfits for a picnic, and how many times you maybe need a good outfit for an office day, even if it's really hot in summer. The second question I have for you is, what is your dream image or goal when it comes to this wardrobe? Do you have a certain number in mind? Do you have a certain amount of space in mind that your wardrobe should take up? Of course, also, why do you want to have a minimalist wardrobe? I think these questions can help you to create kind of a framework in where, your minimalist wardrobe will live. I think it really helps to have a certain framework, idea, concept, number in mind, to later on decide and to just know, what you're going for. But sometimes that's hard, so I think if it's not possible, just leave it aside for now, and we're moving on to the third question. This goes into the same direction, and it's, how often do you do laundry? And by knowing in which intervals you're gonna wash a certain item, you know how many you'll need. If you have 5 t-shirts and you want to wear a fresh t-shirt each and every day, you know that you need to do laundry at least every 5 days. If you're hang drying things, maybe every 4 days to have a day until it's dry again. If you have light and dark colors and wash them separately, you have to think about how often you will do a white load of laundry, so that you're gonna have your white pieces again whenever you want to wear them. This might sound a bit complicated for me. I think I need at least a week's worth of things to comfortably do laundry every 5 to 7 days and not run out of clothes. If you have special care pieces, how often do you go to the dry cleaner, hand wash things, just to have an idea of what you will need, what it means in effort and keeping up with doing laundry and making sure you have these pieces fresh and clean to wear them again. If you realize you have clothes for 5 months and you wouldn't need to wash them in between, then that is maybe too much. Number 4, what is your color concept? I think this really helps to keep the number low, or just make sure you have a wardrobe that actually works. So for me, I'm gonna tell you a bit of my story. 10 years ago or something, I just had no concept at all. I just wore every color. And then I developed some kind of an idea. I wanted to have muted colors. I didn't want to have screaming bright colors. Then I decided that I think I only want to wear warm muted colors. So I adapted my wardrobe to that. And recently I do have to say that I'm questioning this decision. So I'm not sure if only really warm muted pieces is the right thing, but maybe I also like more neutral pieces. So, you don't need to have like a color palette that works 100%. You don't need to only have 3 colors. I think you can be more flexible with that and you can change your mind. But having like a certain idea will definitely help you. So a rule that I have for myself that works very well, has worked for the past few years, is that my bottoms are always neutral, because then I can pair them with literally everything when it comes to tops, because there I sometimes do like to have certain colors. Having a certain idea of like a color concept will really help you to make more outfits and get a lot of use out of your pieces, instead of like having certain pieces that just can match with one other piece, and then it's really difficult to use it a lot during the warmer months that are coming now. Then the 5th thing is similar to that, but instead of colors, it's about like cuts and feeling comfortable in your pieces, because I think it is really important to make sure that you have pieces that work with your lifestyle. So in summer for me, that for example means that I don't like to have pieces that touch my armpits, because then when I sweat and when they're not like black, you can see sweat stains easily and I have to wash them more often. I do not want to think about my outfit and if it's alright, if there's a problem every 10 minutes. So I enjoy having pieces that I can just feel good in and not think about when I'm wearing them. It also makes sense to consider the material of the things, if you easily like sweat in them, if they feel good on you, how thick the fabric is. Also, if you prefer having like longer pieces that offer more coverage when it comes to sunshine, for example, but having them flowy so that air can move through. So this 5th question is really what kind of like cuts and fabrics and just things work for you to have a wardrobe where you can feel good in without having to think about it all the time. And then the 6th question is something that I think is easily overlooked when we talk about capsule wardrobes, and it is underwear. Because underwear is usually not included in like the number of pieces, but I still think it makes so much sense to think about that. So my question is, do you have enough underwear that's comfortable, breathable, feels good on your skin, and also maybe has the right colors to wear underneath flowy, light, sheer summer clothes? Because you, again, do not want to think about how your underwear fits and it is uncomfortable and if it shows through and how your butt looks. But you just want to feel comfortable. And here I also want to talk more about Organic Basics, because as I mentioned before, they are sponsoring this video. Organic Basics is one of my favorite sustainable brands, because I think they really care about so many aspects of sustainability. And I think they started out with underwear. Now they have a lot more and for different occasions, but they try to make sure that all of it is comfortable, is good for the planet, is good for your skin. So one of the pieces is this organic cotton classic bra, and I have to say it fits well. I actually chose a different size than what I usually choose for their things, but just following like the size guide, I could find the size that fits me best. The same goes for their underwear. I've got like just a very classic, easy underbriefs, and they fit comfortably. I do not have to think about it. What I love about it too is that it is made out of organic cotton, which is kind of like, I think, the fabric that is most recommended when it comes to underwear. Another material that I love for underwear is tencel. I love tencel in general, and I think you maybe know that by now because I have so many tencel pieces from Organic Basics. And this is like their tencel shorty. I just love this color. It's super comfortable. It's super soft and flowy. It's almost like silk-like. And it just, it just feels really good. You barely feel it. It's, super comfortable. And this campaign runs under the name of Comfort, which is what I'm talking about because, as you know, I want you to feel really comfortable and good in your clothes, in your minimalist wardrobe, because I think that's what we're going for. Clothes can be fun, but I think it's really important to just feel ourselves when we're wearing them, to do important things in the world and not worry about how our underwear sits and our clothes feel. Another line that I want to recommend to you is their rib line. And this is like a ripped tank top I have from this line. And the special thing about this is that it is 100% organic cotton. Now, for some pieces, it's easy, like sweaters or sweatpants. You can make it with 100% organic cotton without like huge problems, even though a lot of like fashion retailers don't do that because it's more expensive. And organic especially, but underwear and like more pieces that are closer to your body, usually you want to have them have a certain amount of stretch. And that's not really possible with 100% cotton, only if you use like a ripped fabric that is, then stretchy. They also have underwear in this line and a bra. I have like their tank top, and as I said before, I'm like expanding my colors, so I'm going for like a very neutral gray that's neither like warm nor cold, and I'm gonna see how I feel in this, how much I like wearing it, and if I want to invite more like cooler colors again. I have to figure that out. But this feels super comfortable on my body, and it is even compostable after using it because again, it's made out of 100% cotton and has no like fabric blend. As always, I do have a 10% code for you that's linked down below in the description, and that's here on the screen. You can use that to shop for something if you need something. I have a lot of pieces from them and I'm wearing them all the time. I'm actually wearing one of their bras right now, and so make sure to check them out. I've linked the pieces that I showed in this video down below, as well as like a general link to their website. But now we're gonna move on to the part where you actually choose your pieces, and I have some questions that will help you to decide which pieces you want to invite into your summer capsule wardrobe. So this is, I think, the 7th question, and it is, what would you take on like a vacation if you went right now? And I think this is very powerful because it makes you think about your favorite pieces. And I think your summer capsule wardrobe should actually only consist of your favorite pieces. Of course, there it's important to think about your everyday lifestyle. So your vacation lifestyle maybe isn't your everyday lifestyle, and you need to make sure that you have clothes you want to wear every day. But what are your favorite pieces? I highly suggest you start with these and see what's missing after you added like just your favorite pieces. Another thing I do want to say here is that there's absolutely no need to have certain must-have pieces that other people tell you are must-haves. For example, I don't have any heels, I don't have a belt, I don't have dresses, I don't have skirts, I don't have a white t-shirt, I don't have so many things that are considered essentials by some people. And I think if you want to have like a minimalist capsule wardrobe, you should really think about the things that you love wearing that make sense for your life, and you actually can absolutely leave out all the essentials that are not essential for you without feeling bad, without worrying that you were gonna need them, because if you haven't worn them in the past few months or years, you most likely won't wear them during this summer. Then 8. We have been talking a lot about like having a capsule wardrobe that suits your everyday life, but I want to ask you this: do you have any special occasions? Do you have like a picnic in the park? Do you have a vacation coming up? And what are the pieces you need for that? There, I suggest you think about things that you maybe can wear in your everyday life as well as special occasions. But I know there are, for example, many weddings during the warmer seasons. And so maybe you need something that fits this occasion. Number 9 is very important as well. And this is, how are you going to maintain this wardrobe? Are you going to like throw away all the other clothes and just have this wardrobe? Then I suggest you think about all 4 seasons. Are you going to go with something like Project 333, where you're going to have these clothes for the next 90 days, but you pack away all the rest, and after 90 days, you're creating a new wardrobe for the next season? Then, you know, you have 30 items. You know that you're gonna just have these 30 items or 33 items, and you're not gonna buy anything more, and you're gonna wait until you change anything for the next 90 days, or are you going to do something else? Because there it really makes sense to think about it. Do you have a complete wardrobe right now? Are there things you need? Are you gonna be allowed to change like your wardrobe during the next few months? Do you want to make a shopping ban or like a low buy to make sure that your minimalist wardrobe stays minimalist? I think these are things to consider, and maybe to share what I'm doing. I have like a full year-round capsule wardrobe, but whenever a new season comes up, I do think about if I have everything I need for this season. I have recently decided to pack away like the winter stuff into a different drawer, and like the outerwear, I do a low buy without like a strict number, but just trying to stick to about like 1 item per month that I can buy for myself. And like that, I try to be very intentional and mindful when it comes to buying new things, to keep my wardrobe minimal and sustainable, and to make sure that that this is a slow process that is intentional, you know, that I'm not rushing it and suddenly have 100 new pieces that I don't wear, don't need, don't want, and then it's just not minimal anymore. And then number 10, look at your wardrobe, look what you've created, see what kind of pieces you have, how many t-shirts you have, how many sweaters you have, how many dresses and pants and shoes and bags. Is there something you still need? I do think it makes sense to like take a day and look at your wardrobe, see if there are things you need, and then maybe go and buy these very intentionally after like really seeing what you miss, because I think you can go shopping every single day and you'll find something you don't already have that you wish to have, that you think is cute. But I think what's really important is to think about the things that we actually miss in our everyday life. What are things you wanted to have for the past few months? What are things where you like struggle to keep up with doing laundry because you run out of the individual pieces? These are the things that you can consider adding to your wardrobe now. Also think about if there are things that need altering or fixing right now. I think that is the right time to like do all of these things that you've put off maybe, to just make sure you really have a working wardrobe for the next few months. So I think it's okay to take one time during spring and assess your wardrobe, see what's missing, and then go out and add these things. I do that by secondhand shopping or by shopping sustainable brands like Organic Basics. And here I also want to remind you again that the link is down below. Go check out Organic Basics and see if they maybe have something that you are missing currently in your wardrobe. Now I want to link to a video where I talk about creating an extreme minimalist wardrobe, but not really for like one season, but in general. And I think there are like different points, different things that can be really helpful. So I highly recommend you watch this video if you're interested in this topic, and I do hope to see you there. Bye!